Hey guys, so today I am going to use the arc that I had for Halloween and kind of turned it into a Christmas arc with the Jack Skellington. I found some cool stuff, bits and pieces here and there, so I'm just going to use what I have. It just takes up too much storage and the shed is like full because we have empty tubs for the Christmas stuff that we're pulling out. So let's see how it turns out. I'm just going to take you along the way and hopefully it turns out cool. Alright, so I got the arc out of the shed, so let's get started. We purchased this Halloween arc at Home Depot. We originally stopped by just to buy some light bulbs. They had Halloween on clearance, so we ended up purchasing for a good price. The only thing is, I didn't really notice it before, but it was missing a lot of pieces. I think that's why it was on sale. The hardest part about putting this back together were the bottom bases. If you don't put them in right, it's very easy for it to fall. Alright, so I put the bases in, kind of built it up a little bit. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on the back side. I got to put some zip ties and some more of those little clips, the coupler clips. That way it can maintain it, because it does get windy here in we're in Arizona. It gets windy around this time period. It's hot most of the year, but in December, it starts getting really windy. November is when it picks up, and then a couple days ago we had a lot of a wind. So I'm gonna make sure it's reinforced, that way it doesn't blow away. But I'm still gonna like ground clip it and do what I need to do so it can be maintained. But I'll show you guys what I've done so far. I like using the zip ties because when it's time to take it apart, all you have to do is cut them off. Makes it a lot easier. Alright, so it's all up. Now I just need to add a couple more zip ties, take off the spider webs and the skulls and a couple of the spiders that are on there. I have to make sure the middle part is very sturdy because since I am going to add ornaments, I want to make sure it doesn't move a lot. I was thinking about leaving the spider web because it had like an effect of snow, but then I changed my mind. I was like, I'll just take everything off. That way I can start from scratch. Took off the little skeleton, spiders, and all the spider web. Made sure I put them in a little bag. Spider web, of course, I threw away, but I want to make sure I keep everything for next year because I am going to use it again. We had these extra large ornaments from last year we used in the tree that we have in our front yard. So I thought about it. I'm like, well, these will look perfect in the arch. So I'm going to go ahead and add them all around. Since these ornaments are large, I am going to use zip ties because again, it is easier just to cut them off when it's time to take them off instead of just using some wire because the wire does get a little bit rusty and we are expected rain soon. These lights right here are from the front lawn. The stick that goes on the bottom broke off. I was about to throw them away, but then I thought, I'll use them for something. And sure enough, I'm going to use them for the art. And it's going to go all around. For the lighting, I'm going to add some additional LED lights. Add some color into it. The original lights that are on already are purple and orange, Halloween colors. So I'm like, well, it's the Nightmare Before Christmas. Might as well add some color. Bad news. LED lights are not going to work. I just don't have enough. But luckily, we still had some Christmas lights from the previous year that we used on our tree. So I'm going to go ahead and replace them with those. Alright, so these lights actually wrapped all around and I had plenty. Looks pretty cool. Finally done with it. Alright, just gotta finish up the wiring and we're gonna take this bad boy up to the front yard. For the front yard, I'm gonna do similar to what I did for Halloween. I'm gonna move up the bench and I'm gonna decorate it with Jack. Once the bench is set up, I want to make sure everything is straight. I want to make sure when I put the lights on, it's going to shine to the middle of that window. The Jack that we're using is actually a skeleton from Halloween. The accessories, the costume, the mask, it's just stuff that we found at the local Goodwill and around the house. Turned out pretty cool. For Jack, we're going to use a Christmas skirt. This is going to resemble a Santa coat. For Jack's Christmas hat, we actually found one that had a beard attached, but I think I'm gonna have to cut that beard off to put the bottom of the beard for Jack. Sure enough, I was right. So I'm gonna have to cut the beard off and attach it with a hot glue gun. So I'm gonna go ahead and stuff the hat with some bags. That way it can look nice and straight, and just hot glue the top portion on. Alright, time to put it on. So I gotta make sure it's nice and sturdy. That way if it's windy, it doesn't fall off. And when it's time to take it off, it's hot glue, so it's just gonna peel right off, which makes it perfect. Alright, time to add the beard. So just as I thought, beard's gonna go perfectly right underneath Jack's mouth, and it's gonna give it that effect of a full Christmas beard. So same thing, we're gonna hot glue it, and when it's time for Halloween again, it will just peel right off. It's just hot glue, it's not permanent. I'm going to add the original LED lights I was going to use for the arcs at the beginning of the video and add them on the bench. It'll add more color to the Jack when I turn on the lights at night. When I was taking everything out for Christmas, I ran across these Christmas presents. They are yard decorations and they are lighted. I thought these will look pretty cool with the Jack up in the front. Almost done, and adding a few more lights, make all the proper connections, make sure everything's nice, plugged in and secured, and we're ready to light this bad boy up for tonight. Oops, almost forgot Jack's shoes. Gotta put him on there so he can look just right, like he's sitting on the bench. And there we go. Took about 45 minutes to get everything completed, but it's finally done. Now we just gotta wait for nightfall and turn on the lights. I appreciate everybody that took their time to watch this video. I love decorating for Halloween and I love decorating for Christmas. These videos that we make are especially for our kids, hoping when they grow up they can go back and watch these videos and do the same decorations for their kids and so on. Thank you everybody, enjoy, have a great one.